heard this stuff with juice cleansers and stuff? Cleanse what? Detox? What am I detoxing, bro? I'm not detoxing. I'm living.
Keeps covering your mouth. You can't see it here either. You should definitely detox from parasites, especially if you live in Bali.
But what parasite? I don't have parasites. You don't prophylactically detox. You're not symptomatic. You know, it's so delusional, these people, all right?
Really? Wait. There's people that say you should have the parasite killer pills once every 2 months if you live in Bali.
It's not necessarily that. There's just some sort of part of the week or month where they proactively do shit to heal from something. The same with the ice bath and sauna. These therapies are absolutely 100% helpful for certain things. 100%. If you're an athlete and you're doing an ice bath sauna day, it can absolutely 100% help with recovery. But you're an athlete. That's all you do all day long. You don't have to do an ice bath and sauna if you don't fucking need it. I'm not training that much to need this recovery and soft tissue massage. I'm not wasting my fucking time. After this stream, we're boxing, I'll have coffee, I'll go to the gym, come home. The sleep is enough. I'm not injured. I'm not needing extra recovery. I'm not waking up cooked like you. Do you see what I'm saying? They believe, they presume that everyone is going through something. Have you seen this movement where it's about healing and everyone's suffering? I think, bro, I hate to break it to you, but there are actually people out there that just don't think about this stuff. They're just by default happy. They don't even think about whether or not they're happy. That's how happy they are. My tata, my family, we're like a happy sort of family, genetically speaking.
Yeah.
And the reason I know we're a happy family, genetically speaking, is because I never met a single family member who isn't super joyful until they abuse drugs and alcohol. They consume a poison and it makes them depressed. They stop consuming the poison and they stop being depressed. That is the only time in my life where I felt depression from abusing substances. So you stop the substances and you heal. I have compassion for people going through these states. I do. Because I almost just about lost my fucking mind. I had depersonalization where I felt like I was in a video game after smoking too much marijuana and Ekis. It was crazy, bro. I'd look at my hand and think, is that me? Am I here? Am I Daniel? It was cooked. Proper cooked.
Wow.
And it's all a result of drug taking. When are these people just going to wake up that it's not your situation, it's not your missus, it's not what's happened to you or has not happened to you in life. It's the fact that you just can't put down the fucking bottle, cunt. I refuse to listen to anyone about their situation or their traumas if they are consuming alcohol or drugs. I just won't listen to them. I go, I'm not listening to you until you put down the bottle. They go, how do you explain this? How do you explain this? I went through this bad breakup. This happened to me when I was young. I said, I'll tell you how to explain it. When you are depressed, when you are anxious, when you are going through states of depersonalization or just brain fog, you are not as there as you could be. You're not as connected in life. You go outside in the morning and you hear bees buzzing and birds chirping. It annoys you. You're like, oh, I can't stand the bees chirping. You see the light. The light is cooking your eyes. Oh, I need a coffee before I wake up. When you wake up and you're not in those states of depression and anxiety, and you're healthy, you're there, you wake up, boom, fresh, ready to go. You hear the bees and the birds chirping, you think, what a beautiful day. I love hearing the bees. I love hearing the birds chirping. It's the same audio, but your perception on this reality is different. Because of the fact that you have become so irritable, so light sensitive. You're sensitive to audio, to bass. Everything in your body is malfunctioning. You can't digest food the same. You can't sleep. You've got all these weird cluster symptoms. There's ringing in your ears. This is sore. I get sick more often. I'm not as horny. Everything is going wrong because you are not physiologically in sync with where you need to be as a human. I just absolutely reject the notion that people should be going to therapy if they haven't ticked off the physiology stuff first.
Correct. You know, we had this conversation yesterday about how I like traveling. You know, you're like, well, fuck traveling. I've done it, seen it, or whatever. When I travel, I tend to love early mornings, like walking down like Istanbul Street, 6 a.m. You know, bed at night early, and then see the mornings, no traffic, and da da da. Compared to like, did you go to this club in Istanbul? You didn't go. Regarding healing, this is the exact shit that.
You're going to pull up some Bali retreat thing, eh?
So look at this. This is men in Bali going and yelling.
What is it? It says women often say men do everything except go to therapy.
Yeah,
This is what I'm saying. You're listening to women, even though women say one thing and act on another. That very same woman that said, it's so admirable that men go to therapy, she's fucking some dude that doesn't go to therapy. This is the thing. Why are you listening to them? Don't worry about what people say. In general, you should learn this from your favorite philosophers. People say one thing and do another. Watch their actions. Their actions speak louder than their words. These phrases are not just buzz phrases. Understand? The woman is lying to you, telling you that, size doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You really believe this shit? You really believe this stuff? You're really sitting there believing this stuff, bro. You're fucking delusional.
Yeah.
Size matters.
Yeah.
Your bank account matters. What degree size matters? Well, some girl's going to need 8-inch. The others, at least a bit of, a bit of girth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What? I mean, stating the obvious for you.
And she won't respect you if you don't fulfill everything.
It's a tough world, bro. I wish I was 6'5". You know what I mean? When you are totally comfortable with who you are, like genuinely comfortable, you know what you got, what you don't have. You're self-aware. You are now able to navigate in the world in a way that 99.99% of men can't, because they are controlled by their insecurities when it comes to the way that they speak in the world. If you've noticed men, all right, they do this a lot. Now, people say this is modern men. I think to myself, well, you were fly on the wall in World War II, cunt. The last time I checked, I look at these photos of these World War II veterans. About 154 pounds, bucko 5, mate. Twerps. No internet, no ChatGPT. Teleport me to the past. Fucking hell.
By the way, this is what a fascist look like. You asked me before, what does a fascist look like? And this is what, where is it now? This is what a fascist looks like.
Hitler, yeah, I know it comes from that regime, but I
Okay.
don't understand the definition. Anyways,
you were saying?
everyone is insecure. Everyone has their own insecurities. More people could benefit from accepting their insecurities and using it as fuel, rather than accepting their fatness or accepting these flaws they have that they know they need to change. It's not okay to be fat. You're just fucking fat. You're fat, you're unhealthy, you're unattractive. It's bad for the genes of your future children. Can you even have children because you're too fucking fat? Your fertility is cooked. You're just fat. There's nothing good about it. Zero. There's no argument. It's not fat shaming. It's just calling you fat. People, what do you mean calling you fat? I'm like, you're fat when your body fat percentage is over a certain amount, and most people consider you fat. As in the locker room, if the boys go, which Daniel? Oh, Fat Dan. Oh, okay, that one. Cool. Yeah, got it. You're recognized by people as fat, then your name is the prefix. That's when you know you're fat. I was considered Fat Dan in primary school. There were 3 Daniels.
Tell me about the 3 Daniels. No. There was a fatter Daniel than you.
There was a fatter Daniel than me. That's correct.
You remember that, Daniel?
There's literally Fat Dan and Fat Dan. Double Fat Dan.
I think back to primary school, and I think I always thought of you as Daniel Pekic. That's Fat Dan, Daniel Pekic, and then we had another Dan.
The reason it's funny is because Fat Dan came in late.
Oh.
He wasn't there. I was the OG Fat Dan, and then a fatter Dan rocked up. It's funny.
See, I don't remember that.
I'm like, I've identified as Fat Dan here.
Yeah.
But then a fatter Daniel was come along.
And saved you. Now you're Daniel Pekic.
No. I was still Fat Dan. He was very Fat Dan.
Who was the other Dan?
I know the names.
I don't. Yeah. What the Fat Dan was
Daniel Germanario, Daniel Iliaretti, and Daniel Pekic. Because Daniel Iliaretti, I fucked him up. I bashed him.
Which one was Iliaretti?
He was the one, I don't want to say it, in case he's listening, the poor cunt.
A little bit disabled?
No, he smelled.
Oh, that's right.
He smelled bad, and there was even a meeting in the class.
I know.
And the teacher thought she was doing him a solid, saying, sat us all down, sat the classroom down. I remember this clearly, bro.
Tell me.
Can you imagine? I remember this so clearly. This was the psychiatrist that thought she was doing the righty, putting these kids on ADHD drugs. They wanted to put me on ADHD drugs. That was when my father said, he doesn't need none of this medication bullshit. He just needs a good discipline when he gets home, don't you, Daniel? Anyway,
Great, man.
Daniel Iliretti smelled. I mean, he really smelled.
Yeah.
I remember how bad he smelled.
Yeah, I remember.
Proper BO.
Yeah.
Now, he didn't want to shower. That was sort of a thing. I think he had some sort of phobia with showering. Anyway, I mean, he really smelled.
I remember.
Anyway, he had a shower and the psych came into the classroom, sat everyone down and said, listen, Daniel's being bullied for smelling. He's had a shower now. He's going to take care of his hygiene. And I thought, this is going to make us bully him harder. What are you doing? We were laughing our heads off. Can you imagine? Can you imagine these kids laughing at the fact that they had to create a group session about how now he's had a shower and how before he smelled and now he's not. So go easy on him.
That's hilarious.
Straight up got bullied after.
That's hilarious. We did have someone a little bit he was known for being dumb. Was his name Jacob?
No, we went to primary schools and high schools where they had disability programs.
I don't think he was in that.
No, Jacob was actually Down syndrome, bro.
He made it through, did he?
I know he was Down syndrome because I had to buddy up with him when you had to do help a disabled person. And we had a decent relationship until he pissed on me. Yeah, we had a good relationship. I used to be like, hey, bros, how you going? I was nice, bro. I was polite. I would only bite if someone bit me first. But Jacob had always this problem with saliva. Down syndrome people, sometimes they spit when they talk. And he used to spit on my face. So I used to let it go, but I thought, fuck, man, this is disgusting. But I could see past that. I'd even high five him, shake his hand. It was always very rough. They had rough hands.
Yeah.
But then I got to wash my hands after.
Yeah.
Anyway, this one particular day, I remember it very clearly. I went to the toilets to wash my hand and he followed me. And we have a piss on the urinal because back then, you know, it's not insecure like Gen Z where everyone's got to go to the toilet for a shit at the nightclub. We just piss on the wall. You know?
All of us.
You know, just piss on the wall, mate.
4 of us.
I'm not looking at your cock.
No.
If you've got amphetamine from the amphetamines, understand, mate. I understand that the drugs make the dick small. It's all good. I'm not looking, bro. Just piss on the wall. Piss so we can go back out there. Anyway, I digress. Back to the story.
So we can go back out there.
You know what I mean? When you go to a nightclub and then one of the boys has got to have a shit 3 times a night. I'm like, all right, bro, you know, you got a small cock. It's okay. Bro, my cock is shriveled too from the amphetamines. Trust me, you don't want to see it. It looks like one of those wrinkly pastas. You know, I mean, I'm a grower, not a shower. But this is, you know, when you take amphetamines, it's
So you're
shocking.
So you're both pissing on the wall, and then he turns to you and pisses on you.
Yeah,
That's
and
how I imagined it.
That's what they do. The Down syndrome kids, they piss like they're 3 years old. They just pull their pants down. They don't flop their cock out. They pull the whole pants down to the floor.
God.
And he just turns to me mid-piss and pisses all over me. And I remember his piss stunk.
Did you beat him up?
Because, no, of course not.
What'd you do?
Bro, by the age of 10 or 11, I was already there with regards to social IQ. I understood the world, trust me. Just about the way that I do now. But I just remember his piss smelled. Like I was always hydrated. But because they take different medications, Down syndrome people, they die very early. They have to take certain meds. They have problems with their heart and stuff. His piss smelled like an old man's piss.
Yeah.
That takes him to medication. And I thought, mate, this is where I draw the line.
So what'd you do?
Well, I had to go to class and said, look, miss, you know, Jacob's done a piss on me. I got to call mum and get some clothes, you know. Don't worry about it. Don't embarrass him. I remember saying it. And
Wow.
Yeah, mum came to the school, gave me a fresh pair of clothes. I had a shower and that, and I got on with it. But since then, I avoided him.
Dude, school was like prison.